Financial Literacy Month. It's a good time to refresh our knowledge about our financial health. And here to talk a lot more about that is Bank of America's Lina Kornmeyer Evans. You've got some easy to follow tips for the entire family. Before we get into those specifically, thanks for being here.
Of course.
Why is financial literacy important?
Well, April's Financial Literacy Month. Financial literacy is important because our financial stress can be tied to our mental health, and we want to make sure everything in our household is nice and healthy and happy and clean. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So saving, of course, is one of the key components to being financially healthy and financial literacy. What would you say is the first step to getting started for saving?
Oh, for sure. Well, like with all things, the more you know, the better, right? And the more we educate ourselves about financial health, the better off we'll be in the long run. So less stress is always a good thing, especially when it comes to money. And it's important to think about how we can build a healthy financial life and habits, and how do we build this into our day-to-day conversations. So savings, we're going to be talking about emergency funds and budgeting and all of that kind of fun stuff. Yeah.
And speaking of that fun stuff, so what would you say are some good tips for calculating your expenses to save for an emergency fund, for example?
Yes. Emergency fund, we talk about this all the time. So as a rule of thumb, you should have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses set aside. The more the better, but 3 is a really good place to start. Easiest way to get started is start small, make withdrawals automatic. It will remove that temptation to touch that money, do something with it that maybe, we get a little too much in the treat yourself mode every once in a while. Start off with 1 month of expenses and then work your way up towards, the 3, the 6, the year, however long it is that you're striving for. Automatic transfers from checking to savings is super convenient, and again, reduce that temptation.
Yeah,
sure.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
So April, like we said, is Financial Literacy Month, but next week is Teach Your Children to Save Day. I like that there's a specific day for this. How early do you think we should start talking about finances with kids?
It's never really too early. You can start as young as 4 with kids, and if you make savings and financial literacy a family affair to reach your goals, you can really impart some really great habits on your children. It's starting as early as 4 with a very easy to learn spend, save, share method for budgeting basics. So teaching them, the 3 little piggy banks. Which
yes, I remember you brought those in.
Yeah, it's really great. It's really fun for kids, because, and my son really likes the sharing. Like what money is he going to give away? What is he going to do with that money? Who can he give it to? So it's a really easy follow method.
Yeah, it's almost like a game. If you make it fun for them, it'll stick. So let's talk a little bit about credit while we have you.
Sure.
How can we keep our credit score healthy?
So your credit score is a huge part of your financial identity. Huge, huge, huge. It can actually be the most important factor in determining, a loan, whether you can get one, how much you're going to have to pay on that loan. So when it comes to what the numbers mean, credit scores range from 300 to 850. The higher the score, the better. A few ways to keep your credit score high are by paying your bills on time, not exceeding more than 30% of your credit limit, and being strategic about new credit that you add. So don't be going into the mall just to get that discount and open all those credit cards. Also, a longer credit history means a higher score. So if possible, keep your old credit cards active, but zero balanced, right? Because you want that longevity.
All right, all very good advice, Lina. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching. We're going to go ahead and take a short break, but we'll be right back. Stick with us.